one of the most underrated things I ever found from Liam Neeson's next underrated film called Honest Thief, there's a whole lot of details to be found. Yeah, something that you haven't pointed out. I know, it's really hard for me to explain all this, but I'll tell you anyway. Well, anyway, hi ladies and dudes. This is Rebecca Lynn Barkley, aka Boobub87. This is my review for today. And today, I have no review, ladies and dudes. But today's video of the day is, this is something I've never done before. Something that I really want to study in this very underrated film very carefully. Something that's all about details. And some hidden Easter eggs that everybody forgot to point out. Something that we should all notice right away. Well, it's hard for me to explain. So the very first time in YouTube history, I'm going to explain to you all about what type of details and hidden Easter eggs that I truly found from one of the most underrated films that came in the year of 2020, and truly the main saving grace for movie theater wise. So I'm going to tell you about all the details and all the hidden Easter eggs I found from Honest Thief. And this movie should deserve to be one of the best films of the year of 2020. And truly one of the most underrated films I ever found so far in the oh great and mighty Liam Neeson collection of great films. And like I said, the oh great and mighty Liam Neeson deserves to be one of the most underrated actors of all time, who made so many fantastic underrated movies. And this one is his next one. And yes, like I said, there are so many collections to be found from this great underrated actor who made so many fantastic underrated films. And like I said, the most underrated part about this movie is there's a whole lot of details to be found. So, what type of details did I find with this movie? Well, to tell you the truth is, I did watch this movie last night, and there's a lot of things I did study about in this film. And I guess you want to know what it is right away. Alright, I'll tell ya. So without further ado, ladies and dudes, let's head on to my very first time in YouTube history of what type of details and hidden Easter eggs did I find with Honest Thief. I will go with the first one. This movie is a refixing movie of Taken 3. You remember that stupid, horrible idea about Taken 3, where Brian Mills got involved with a crime that he did not commit? Something he did not get involved in? Well, thanks to this movie, it did fix its major problem. Yes, Tom did get involved with a crime that he did not commit. And there was a part where he did save a woman's life from dying. It's a good thing he saved her in the nick of time. And also, thanks to this film, it did fix the major love story between him and that lady. Yeah, if you watch these two films, you'll know what I'm talking about. So, yep. So this movie is a refixing film of Taken 3. And here is a big giant surprise for all of you. here is some hidden Easter eggs that I found with this underrated film. Did you know that this film has a whole ton of hidden Easter eggs that feature some of the scores from the great and mighty Liam Neeson's most previous films? Yeah, you better pay attention to the score very carefully. And that guy named Mark Isham, it's so hard to pronounce his name, he did add a couple of familiar scores that was in the previous films from the great and mighty Liam Neeson. I found a little bit of a score that came from Non-Stop, The Grey, and A Walk Among the Tombstones. Yeah, you better pay attention to these some of the scores very carefully from these past Liam Neeson films. And yes, these films are very, very underrated. So don't forget to pay attention about that one. And also, I found some familiar hidden Easter eggs that came in one scene that came from in these two films, Taken 1 and Taken 2. Okay, does anybody remember the hidden Easter egg I found from Taken 2? The part where Kim and Brian were laying on their backs at the front side of the car. So they are making sure that they didn't get shot by those, the U.S. empathy, I forgot those soldier guys. But yeah, there was a part in Honest Thief where you did see Annie and Tom. They are laying down on their backs in a car and try to make sure that those bad guys will not find them alive. So that's a great reference to be found in an underrated sequel. And also from Taken. Does anybody remember the scene where Brian Mills had stolen a black car and tried to use those two wires to make sure that the car will work? And also he has to bring a girl with him so he could nurse her back into health. So she could be the only hope to find his long lost daughter. So yeah, there was a good hidden Easter egg where Tom did stole a car and he used those two wires and make sure that the car will work without using the key thing. So that's two great hidden Easter eggs to be found from the underrated saga of Taken. But wait, there's more details to be found. And here's something interesting I found from this underrated film. And that is, there's 3 big lip alligator moments. Something that was mentioned once, but never mentioned it again. The first big lip alligator moment is, we already know that the great and mighty Liam Neeson is the king of saying so many bad words in all of his underrated films. But there was one time when Tom only said one bad word in the film, just one bad word, and he never said another bad word ever again. It's the part where he's trying to find those bad guys and try to hide himself away from the police. Yeah, you'll know what I'm talking about. So that was one big lip alligator moment that I found in this film. And the second big lip alligator moment I found in this film that featured one of those FBI dudes who has wife and kids. You could see them one time and one time only in the night scene. You know, where that dude and his wife are in their bed and they have a camera to make sure that their little boys are A-okay. Yeah. That was the only time you could see them in one scene only, and they were never mentioned again. And the final big lib alligator moment that I found with this film, and that's number 3, you could see Tom not wearing any shoes or socks. And it was during the time in the hotel scene where Annie got dressed and she's all well, and you could see Tom at the bathroom. I think he's trying to get himself ready for the final round to take care of the bad guys once and for all. Yes, there was a part in that scene of the film where you could see Tom in his bare feet. Yeah, that was mentioned once, but never mention it again. You could only see his bare feet for only like 2 or 3 seconds. Yeah, for sure. And the final 2 details I need to tell you about from this underrated film that I found. Well, so many details I found from this underrated film is, yeah, for Honest Thief, it has the most smallest cast ever. This is Liam Neeson's most underrated film I have ever seen in my whole entire life, with a very small cast. So there's no big giant cast for this whole entire movie. It is a really, really small cast. Yeah, some actors and actresses that we're all familiar with. Liam Neeson and this guy right here, they're the only 2 actors I know that was truly the easiest one out of everybody else. Since I know them pretty well, and, well, except for that guy right here, he was in Terminator 2. If anybody pointed that out. And the final detail I found with this film, and this is the most surprising thing of all. As you may remember from all the films that we did see from the great and mighty Liam Neeson, from the Taken saga to Non-Stop to A Walk Among the Tombstones, The Grey, Run All Night, and A Cold Pursuit, and everything else, you did see all of Liam Neeson's characters who like to come by and kill a lot of people. You know, while their hands are stained in blood. But in this film, he did not kill anybody. He did not kill only one single person in the whole entire film. He did not kill anybody at all. Not with a gun, a knife, a baseball bat, or anything else. So his hands will not be stained in blood. Yep, that's something we should all know for this underrated film. And that is it. That's all the small details and some little bit of hidden Easter eggs that I did found with Honest Thief. And tell me, ladies and dudes, if you watch Honest Thief, what type of hidden Easter eggs or some details that you did see in this film, or something that you truly missed after you've seen it in theaters, or before when you see it in theaters, or whatever. Please leave a comment there and let me know. This is a very, very tough video to do, but it's one of the most easiest ideas that I have ever done so far in YouTube history. And so, join me next time for those 2 videos I made a promise to. I will do my top 5 of which one of the movie scenes do I really want to rewatch again, and also my movie review of The Marksman. And to tell you the truth about Liam Neeson's next new film called The Marksman, it just went, let's just say it went up again. Instead of seeing it on the 22nd, it's going to come out at the 15th. So you better go to the movie theaters right now and get your movie ticket. And I better do the same too, because I'm going to go back to see that new movie, the very same theater when I first saw this movie, for sure. So, that is it for now. I'll see you guys later, and sayonara.